Alright, sweet. Welcome to the QuestCast. The SHRIGMACAST.
Yeah, you
Episode
can't be
1.
saying that, dude. Come on.
It is the true pilot. It was not too naughty for TV.
Yeah, well, I think you can cuss, like, in the first 30 seconds of a video now, so we should be able to just kind of
No, I
say
meant
whatever
the ending of episode 0.
Oh, yeah, we don't want to talk about the ending. It was a lot of... We don't talk to that guy anymore.
Yeah, he got canceled
Yeah, he's redacted.
by Adulter Jr. Don't
Yeah,
talk to him
dude.
anymore.
Gross.
Yeah,
Douchebag.
actually, I think Square asked us to remove the video since there's too much leaked information.
Yeah. Well, he is the Dragon Quest 12. It's obvious that he's the Dragon Quest 12 director, you know?
Yeah, it's like
We
who
kind
else
of
would they
screwed
give
him
the
over.
role to?
Right. We kind of groomed him into giving out information. Child groomers.
Yeah, that's not this podcast. That'd be like the yogurt cast.
Yeah. Yeah, go watch. Dolter probably will be opening his own yogurt cast soon.
Yeah, well,
So you don't want to know what goes on in his bedroom, okay?
yeah, a lot of Fortnite.
Yeah. Yeah. And unconsensual sex.
Yeah, well,
I need to introduce myself. I did, and if you watched episode 0, you would know.
yeah.
I'm Cody Ballsack.
Nobody knows who I am because I was like inaudible.
Yeah.
0. It was like
You were the best character in the last podcast. True fans had to like put their ear to the headphone and
the best
hear you.
comedic timing of all time.
Yeah. They're very Adam Sandler like.
Yeah. Well,
I've been playing Super Monkey Balls.
epic. How is the balls?
Pretty good. I just unlocked Kazuma Kiryu as a character. I've not played as him yet, but
Oh, nice.
pretty good. You know, it's Monkey Ball. What can you expect?
Does he get some custom music or anything, or is it just normal shit?
I don't know. I think you just get the stage music. I don't think you
Oh,
get any
yeah. Dang. It sucks. Somewhere some Baka Mitai or something.
Yeah, that should have been there for sure.
Um,
Kind of a disappointment. All around, don't buy Monkey Ball. It's a terrible series, terrible franchise.
yeah.
It'll kill your
Terrible
family.
creator.
It's pretty good, actually, in all honesty.
Yeah, and it's only like what, $30?
Yeah, it's $30 on Steam, but if you want the physical version, it's $40.
Oh, damn.
I think. That could not be
Yeah,
true,
so,
but I'm pretty sure.
So I guess send us some review codes and we'll get
Yeah.
right on that. We're basically
Yeah.
reviewing it right now. Or
I mean, I don't live for free. I don't live for free, man. I gotta make money somehow.
Yeah.
Reviewing games.
SHRIGMACAST isn't doing too well.
Yeah. Yeah, we filed for bankruptcy after episode 0.
Yeah.
We put a lot of money into that first step.
Yeah, so probably should talk about the Smash reveal since
Oh, true.
it's
Right.
pretty,
I didn't.
recent news.
Right.
Did
That's
you
hit.
watch it?
I didn't watch it live. I woke up and saw
Okay.
that it was
Yeah.
Sora. And I think there were like a lot of leaks before, right? That everyone was just already kind of like they just knew that it was going to be Sora. Everyone I watched
really?
like react to it, they were like, "Oh, okay, well,
I
this is
didn't know that.
inevitable."
Yeah, it a bit surprising it took that long to get Sora. Like
Yeah, that is.
Sakurai mentioned that like they did a survey for Smash for 3DS and Wii U, and Sora was number one on that.
I actually sent in a character into that, and Bayonetta.
Oh,
yeah, I voted for Bayonetta.
That's pretty awesome.
That
like
was
you.
I was
you
playing
are the reason Bayonetta is in Smash.
That's right. It could have been one. Hold on.
Yeah, we're going to talk to you about we're recording. How are you? Yes, all right. I said 90.1.
Redact that moment.
No, this is totally uncut. One take. No fancy camera edits here.
Well, I mean, get the true life of the Shrigma life. Guts, anything. I mean, I'll eat chips on camera, dude. I don't care. I'm a badass Shrigma male.
Yeah, they kind of destroyed the train of thought there. What were we even talking about?
We were talking about Bayonetta.
Bayonetta.
Yeah.
Well,
I was playing the 3DS Smash game, and I was like, and I somehow I think I played Bayonetta at the time again. It was like the second time I played it, and was like, dude, well, I mean, she's got to be in Smash. So I wrote her in.
Should have wrote in like Kaine or someone.
I don't think I had played Nier, even I knew what it was.
Yeah, just like go back in time and do it.
Right. If I could go back, yeah, I would. She was probably one vote away from being the Smash.
Probably. Except, when did that game come out?
Nier?
No, not Nier. I know when Nier came out. Smash 4.
Smash on the Wii U and 3DS. 2013?
Yeah, so probably like nobody knew about Kaine except maybe Metal Jesus Rocks.
Yeah.
James video.
Radical Reggie probably has figures of Kaine. I mean,
she's not anime enough for Reggie.
True. Yeah. True.
I don't know. Maybe. Hopefully.
Yeah. You know, I hope he likes Kaine. You know, that's the first one I like. Meet anyone on the street at a club. You know, I'm trying to get some friends. That's kind of the opener. And if it's a yes, no,
yeah, definitely.
Kind of go from there.
And you gotta open with like the great trap dilemma, where they're not.
Oh yeah, yeah. That took me a minute to know what you're talking about. This is gonna get redacted now, just for bringing that up.
Oh.
We're screwed, man.
Oh. Dag nabbit.
We love our trans viewers, probably more than the others, to be honest.
Yeah.
To be frank, man. Pro or trans podcast, Shrigma male. Probably a trans elitist, you know.
Yeah, we just gotta become trans ourselves to.
Yeah, I'm waiting on it, man. One day.
It's kind of the ultimate Shrigma move.
To talk about becoming trans, maybe.
Oh. No, I meant like just straight up going transition.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Shrigma, it defies gender to begin with. It's kind of,
yeah.
It's intrinsic to the trans idea. What's Shrigma definition?
I'm honestly not too sure, which probably should have looked into it before naming the podcast.
Well, it could have like many meanings. To us, it could mean something.
Yeah, I mean, we're we're claiming the term. We're redefining it in terms of, you know, what we want it to mean.
Right. I mean, at this point, we probably are the most identified Shrigma people that identify as Shrigma males on the internet.
Yeah, it's the rarest male type, and
right.
And let's see here, we got 23 views, so it's...
Yeah, that's 23 people.
You do the math.
Right. Every time they see Shrigma, they think of this podcast, and immediately they can tie it together. Like, okay, well, is this Shrigma? Is this not? You know, they do the math. It's not too hard. Epic. I was trying to bullshit on that for a couple, maybe 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, we got about like 10 seconds out of it. Like, we could probably segue into something.
Right. So you have topics, right?
We did have,
topic?
we had the one topic that we discussed, or briefly
in
mentioned
private.
rather. Yeah.
Right. We discussed this in private.
Yeah, with the directors and producers of the SHRIGMACAST,
right. We discussed this, and
idea.
there'll be a lot more less racial terms on the podcast than there were in the private conversation.
Yeah, we kicked out that person.
Yeah. There's one less person on the podcast this week. Okay, that's all I gotta say.
Do the math.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah.
That's all I got to say about that, man.
Yeah. See, we had the idea of, or the topic of gaming auteurs, or just auteurs in general.
I just started like last night, but I didn't throw some
you can probably hear characters. They're just so loud, and they don't know it. So okay.
Yeah.
We're talking about auteurs.
Yeah, the whole auteur concept, and how it's if it's true or not. You know, if it applies to the concept of like films and such. Games.
Right. Let's
I guess
see.
Games since it's probably more of a gaming kind of thing podcast.
Right. That's true. That's what we would be. We're tying this in with games mainly, but it applies to everything for the most part.
Yeah.
The definition of auteur, just to get this out, it's a good start.
Probably many definitions.
On Google, the first definition is a filmmaker whose personal influence and artistic control over a movie are so great that the filmmaker is regarded as the author of the movie. So they're kind of seen as the sole creator of this product. There's no real respect for the other people involved in the project just by using that word, right? I mean, it's kind of inherent to the term.
Yeah, and lately there's sort of a trend sort of to apply this to gaming with people such as Kojima.
Yep, there you go. That's pretty much going to be... we just lost half of the people watching.
Yeah, we're down to 12 now.
Yeah, hello 12 listeners. I don't hate Hideo Kojima. You know, you gotta keep it real, you know, I don't have any problem with it,
I mean...
But I think there's just this, like, cult-like weirdness of these people who can only look at these games as though they are strictly, like, Kojima games, or, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a thing.
And it doesn't only apply to Kojima as well. It's sort of the whole theory that is the issue, rather than the individual. But I guess it applies to Kojima the most, since he's sort of like the definitive go-to guy.
Right, like my grandma probably knows who he is. You know?
Yeah, or like he's really like one of the first guys to really, first like household name of a director, or a game director. And I mean, everyone knows who like Miyamoto is, but with Kojima, people can normally tell just by seeing the game.
Right. There is a distinct style. That is distinctly his style, but he only gets to do that style because he has talented people that he works with, all the time. he's not a. Believe it or not, he does not code these games alone in his bedroom, and that's kind of just this weird vibe I get. A lot that happens a lot on Twitter, like with his fans, even Yoko Taro fans, and like
Yeah,
you could even go as far to bring up like the PlayStation and Xbox people, like where it's kind of like there's this kind of cult mentality of believing in this one thing as though it does everything that they think it does when it's only part of the cog in the machine.
Yeah.
You know? So we're just gonna make fun of everybody. No one's safe on the SHRIGMACAST.
Yeah.
No one.
Not even Sweary, unless he gets on the podcast, then he will be safe.
True, that's a threat. It's a threat.
Format.
He's in danger.
Now, if we are talking about Auteurs, we can't ignore the pillar of the music industry with the format. His legendary style and influence on the gaming landscape.
Format is you've probably already heard of Format. If you haven't, why are you watching this podcast? You know, but he is probably the one true kind of, I guess, cult mentality I can get behind. You know, like being part of this group who idolizes, worships, and defends to the grave.
Yeah, and I mean, you might not know the name, but like you can just pick out a simple melody and you'd be like, "That's Format." It's just
right. His music will be playing at my funeral.
Definitely, Jellyfish Fields theme.
Downtown Bikini Bottom.
Yeah,
is that the same?
It's the same one.
Thing?
Yeah.
I love the opener track when you first boot up the game and there's like an FMV. And dude, it slaps. Go look up the Super Sponge OST, everyone.
Get it on vinyl. Get it on cassette.
Yeah.
CD.
Yeah. Go to Fangamer. Go to fangamer.com.
If you're listening to this, then please do a fucking yellow marble splatter vinyl of the Super Sponge.
Yeah. Signed by Format.
Well, yeah.
If it was signed by Format, dude, I mean, what more could you want in life? Not a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean...
Sorry, I'm smoking weed right now, everybody.
Yeah, it's okay.
Here's some coffee.
He's in Colorado.
Yeah, it's medical.
Yeah, CBD.
Yeah. CBD. I put CBD in my corn dogs, just about everything.
Honey
just a little sprinkle. Yeah, honey sticks, little gummy bears. They chill me out, man. Make me so chill.
Yeah,
we're at like 4 minutes.
We're at pretty much. We're up to 18. I mean,
that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Look, we've kept it going. No dead air, basically.
No,
everyone watching this right now, you're watching two characters grow.
Unscripted improv here.
You know the feeling when you see like a young kid and then you see him again, like in 5 years, and you're like, oh my god, this is like a whole other person. You know, that's what the SHRIGMACAST will be in about 5 years. It'll be a cute. Yeah, we're like a little child right now. We could be groomed pretty easily, but we will grow up and end up becoming the groomers.
Yeah,
it's a cycle.
Yeah, a vicious cycle.
Yeah, it sucks. Tragic that it works like that, man.
Yeah.
Any how's Nier Automata going for you? Where are you at? What's up with that?
Now with Nier, I have not played it since yesterday. Trying to remember where I left off at.
I know you fought Adam and Eve.
Yeah, I fought Adam and Eve for the first time, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, they're never in the game ever again.
Oh yeah, I did the side quest where a robot or a machine child leaves his mother. And you have to escort him back.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, that was where I left off. And
Have you done like a racing one or something where you have to like
yeah,
beat someone to a certain
I did the
area?
first
remember
part of that one, but
That gets so. I remember just getting fucking pissed at like
yeah,
because you do it several
the second
times.
stage I cannot do.
Yeah, I think you have to get like better chips and stuff.
I have 2 speed
Yeah.
chips, but I haven't been able to beat him yet. I'll have to get more of some shit. Yeah, it's very frustrating because there's a whole, like, you gotta go through some dialogue shit and then
Yeah, every
the
time.
countdown
Yeah.
every single time, and one little mistake and it's just, if you,
Is that in the area where there's like a huge pit in the ground? I remember there like being a.
yeah, that's the
You can
first
fall
one.
into it.
The first
Yeah,
one's
okay.
not too bad. But one that's like around a giant tree area, and he goes straight because he's flying,
Right.
and you have to go around the tree, so it's just daft.
Yeah, the flying, that seems kind of like a hacker move.
Yeah, it's kind of like,
Bot.
it's kind of cheating.
Thank you, Yoko, Taro. No one else made that game, just so
And
everyone
Taro
knows.
designed every single quest.
Yeah. He did all the art design. He did it all, okay? Don't
Yeah,
me. That's a cool saying, right? Don't at me. Like the at symbol.
yeah,
We're hip too.
yeah. I mean, we know all the latest news.
Catch me outside, how about that?
Yeah.
Wow, this podcast is down bad. This is down bad.
Chugi.
Yeah, this is really cheeky.
Cast.
This is my grandpa's favorite podcast. I want you to reshare this on Facebook with all of your friends. And please, just do it. It's Chugi.
So, what have you been playing, Laddie?
Well, my Super Monkey Ball. But dude, I mean, I could go into a whole spiel about the true game that's taken over my life for the past 2.5, 3 weeks now.
Yeah, I mean, you might as well to
Okay, so
get some catharsis.
all right, let it out. Right, all of my time gone, and I'm not even close to finishing. I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV. I am about to start the Stormblood expansion pack, but I'm doing the patch quests that were released between Heavensward and Stormblood coming out. Kind of like this filler to kind of lead into the Stormblood actual game. But where I'm at right now, the story is so great. For anyone who has played this, they will attest to Heavensward not only having one of the best MMO stories, if not the best. It's one of like the best stories ever, which is crazy. Right, it's a goat. Heavensward is a goat. And I've heard Shadowbringers knocks Stormblood and Heavensward out of the park, so kind of hyped for that when I play that in about 3 years.
At this rate, it'll be like tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe. Stormblood, it'll probably, from where I'm at right now, because I haven't even started Stormblood yet, it'll probably take me another 150-ish hours to even get to Shadowbringers.
It's just
there's a lot of character deaths happening, lots of crazy shit going on. I'm not gonna give spoilers. I'm just saying there's a lot of shit going on that I did not expect from this game. The emotions I did not expect. Pretty crazy.
Does your character get erased?
Yeah, when you beat Shadowbringers, it'll ask you if you want to delete your save file. It's the only way to get the true ending of Fantasy 14. You have to throw away, especially the people who've been playing since 2013. you'll have to just delete everything you've done for the past 8 years.
Yeah, and the people that played the original Final Fantasy 14.
Right. Even that shit's gonna be gone forever.
Is there any way to even play that, or is that just completely nuked?
Yeah, I don't know if there is. I don't think so.
Is there like a cult following for the OG?
Somebody would have to be running their own servers, and I don't know. I haven't really looked into that. It does not look like my kind of game, but
Yeah.
some people really liked it. There were like 3 people who liked it.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little worrying from like a longevity standpoint, I guess. 'Cause it's like it's a whole like entry in a series that just doesn't exist.
Yeah,
It's a little
it's kind of weird.
Like, even if it's
Yeah.
dog shit, like it's still, like later down the road, it'd be
Right, at least
interesting to talk
look
trash
at it.
about it. Yeah, like you literally couldn't do that if you like don't know it exists.
Right. All of the plot and stuff, it's kind of hard to describe. It's the plot to the original Final Fantasy XIV is relevant, I guess, to A Realm Reborn and all the expansions, but A Realm Reborn is Final Fantasy XIV. Like, for all intents and purposes, like
It's like Final Fantasy 14 too.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. but the original release of it, basically nothing in that game that happens has any kind of major meaning to anything, and it's all like naturally explained in the Realm Reborn to begin with. So.
Yeah.
But it does suck that it's just gone, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
We can open up some servers and start paying like $100 a month to be able to support like 20 players at a time.
Yeah, isn't Final Fantasy 11 still like
Yeah, they
active,
still
but you have
support
to
it.
you have to pay a membership still, I believe.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe that's crazy if they make you
I
pay
think
for
so.
that. I guess it makes sense though, because like, how else are they gonna get their money for keeping that game up? No one gives a shit really, unless you're in that community already.
yeah. Yeah,
Final
I'm not
Fantasy
sure.
XIV has a sub as well. I think it's like $15 a month, and you have to buy the base games as they come out.
Do you have a subscription, or is it like a required thing, or
Yeah, you have to have
Okay.
it in order to.
so you get
I get 90 days at a time. And it's like $25 or $30. I don't remember.
wait? So like if you have a subscription, it gives you the whole game, right? Like all the
No.
expansions and shit. Oh, you have to buy all that on top.
You have, yeah. Well, it's kind of a little bit easier than that. If Shadowbringers is the latest expansion that's come out, all you have to do is buy Shadowbringers, and you'll get every expansion previously.
Okay.
You can't even buy Stormblood by itself anymore. When it came out, you could. But
Okay.
they just don't sell it because it just comes with Shadowbringers. And when
So-
Endwalker comes out, you won't be able to buy Shadow. Well, you might be able to. They still might do that. But when Endwalker comes out, if you get Endwalker, you'll just have every single thing, every expansion pack.
So the move is to wait until the very last
Hey.
expansion comes out, and then
Right, and then hop in. Yeah. I mean, honestly, you're not going to get to, like, the time-wise isn't really going to matter because you're going to be playing for so long. It's like,
yeah,
there's
like
nothing to, like, wait for, basically.
2,000 plus hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a whole lifetime gone, you know?
Yeah, that's a lot of game.
Yeah, it can be annoying to just look at the same game for too long. Like, even if it's a great
Yeah,
game, like,
yeah,
you love it,
definitely.
but I'll have, like, 8-9 hour long sessions of playing that game.
God.
And by the eighth hour, I'm like, dude, like, I'm not even having fun right now. I'm into the story, and, like, but the story is not always, like, it's not banging constantly, so
Yeah, I mean, it
there's almost some
couldn't.
downtime. Right, yeah, it's impossible. But Yeah, I end up just being like, dude, this game, like, I don't want to look at it anymore. I start getting sick of it.
Yeah, that I sort of got that a little bit with the Xenoblade. Like, there's uh, like in the Switch version, there's an epilogue chapter, but like by the time I beat the game, I don't feel like
You were
doing it. Right?
right, yeah, you're kind of done.
Yeah, I mean, like I like got nothing against the game, but just playing something for 100 plus hours, you don't want to see it for a little bit, at least,
Right.
no matter how good it is.
I felt that way with a few games. I remember when Metal Gear Solid 5 came out.
Yeah.
I just like played it so much, and it's a fun game, but it, it literally starts to feel like it never ends because like you'll finish all the main missions, and then it'll be like mission 51 unlocked, and you'll be like, what? I thought that was it, and then it just like keeps going. And I decided to like put it for a while and then come back and keep doing it. It's way more fun to play games in like short bursts, and you remember them better too. I find that like if I just play a game in one night and finish it, I it doesn't have. There's something way different about the memories you have with the game if you do that.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
It's kind of impossible to like beat Final Fantasy 14 though, and even in a month, I would say I don't even know how you would do that.
yeah, that's probably like not even possible
Yeah.
unless you just
There's probably speedrunners who can, but like a normal person can't. Like they just wouldn't be able to do that.
yeah. Plus, you get
And
nothing out of it if you.
yeah. Well, there's nothing you get. It rewards long play times. There's a lot of systems in place that keep you coming back. Like
Yeah.
crack cocaine. Got to get my fix of the Golden Saucer casino. That's one of my favorite areas in Final Fantasy 14. It doesn't even have anything to do with the story, but the Golden
Wasn't
Saucer.
was the Golden Saucer, was that not in Final Fantasy
It's
7?
in 7. Yeah, it's in 7.
Is it like the same thing? Is that?
I mean, it's not the same exact thing. It's just kind of one of those things.
But like the same idea.
Final Fantasy things where, yeah.
It's like fucking Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, I
Dave
mean,
and Buster's.
that was like one of my favorite parts of the game. Did you ever make it there?
Yeah, I think I did, but I don't think I ever like messed around in it. I think that's in disc 2 or something to get there. Or is that at the end of disc 1? I don't
You
know.
go there in disc 1, yeah. In both disc 1 and 2.
Yeah. I don't remember much about it. I remember like the aesthetic of it and like how it looked, and I think even the music, but I don't remember like doing anything there.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely need to finish that one.
Yeah, no, my Strigma meter's not all the way up because I haven't beat FF7 yet. I actually re-downloaded it the other night. It's just like calling my name.
Yeah, I eventually need to get back in that FF4.
Yeah, I haven't played that in a few nights.
Yeah, I've kind of just only been playing Automata. So
I got to the part in FF4. We already.
It's probably way
How
farther
far?
than me.
I don't want to spoil. I don't want to spoil anything. I didn't get that far really. Have you met?
I'm only to the part where you get to the like the village blows up. A village blows
okay.
up.
Okay, then yeah, you're still kind of near the beginning of it.
Yeah, I literally just played it for like, I think it said like 30 minutes. It was yeah, I went to that, and then afterwards I launched up Nier, and I've been playing that ever since.
It's hard to stop that game whenever you start it up. Unless you're Corbin, then it's easy to just put down for 5 months when you're like 3/4 of the way through the game.
Did he play any of Automata, or did he play only Replicant?
He just played Replicant, but he got to the part where I think I told you, they get Kaine out of like the statue, like when she's like frozen.
Yeah.
To seal the door, That's like 3/4 of the way through the game. Like you really don't. That's like where the endings will.
Yeah, that's
If you get an ending, it'll be where it takes you.
yeah, anyone who's played the game knows that that scene very well because you'll see it.
Yeah. You'll see that shit plenty of times. There's a few other things too that you'll be like, okay, dude, I know.
Yeah.
I do know the Replicant remake. It
Yeah,
did add.
1224744871399.
Yeah. They added a lot of stuff to that section too. That kind of helps with repeat playthroughs.
That's good.
That's what
Yeah, I'm a bit don't really quite know which one I prefer more at the moment. 'Cause they're very different.
Oh yeah, you will know. But by the end of Automata, at this point, you still really don't know what's going on, or like even what.
Yeah, in terms of the story, I don't really know much. But like just generally, like the whole feel of Automata versus the feel of Replicant, it's very different.
Right. I think the Replicant. I've never played the PS3 version or like the original release for everybody listening right now, but from what I've like seen of it, it's way more of like a button masher kind of like 3D beat 'em up. Like there's not really a whole lot of like.
Yeah, the
like, there's
combat's
not, like,
very
throws or
simplistic,
anything.
but
And Replicant is the remake is kind of an in between of those two. I really love the Replicant remake combat.
yeah,
It's not. There's not a lot of like. I can't really remember all the way about Automata. Are there like combos you can like remember? Like are there? You
yeah,
memorize things or?
there are
Because I never
combos,
got in. I never get into that really that much.
but I don't know if there's like, I don't know if you can like look at the menu and see them and memorize them. You just kind of like, or at least I
Yes.
just kind of like pay attention to what, like pressing this combination of buttons will do that, etc., and just
Yeah.
kind of do that. Go from there.
I think that's what I do. Just kind of the feel of it. You can kind of feel what buttons you need to press. Replicant, there like just aren't any combos, but it's a lot faster and a lot like it's faster, and there's also like weight to your movements and stuff. It's kind of a weird thing. It definitely doesn't play like Automata, and it definitely doesn't play like OG.
Yeah,
Near.
I mean, I really, really love the original, so I mean, I'll probably, hopefully I'll really enjoy 1, 2, 2.
Yeah, you probably will. Yeah, you've already memorized it. You're already like a bigger fan than any other Replicant fan.
Yeah, I mean, it's, and honestly, the fishing in Automata, I honestly prefer Replicant more.
I don't even remember, so I mean,
Fishing in Automata, it's one button. You cast and you reel in.
don't you use your pod, right? Doesn't your pod like go out or something?
Yeah,
or do you
it's
sit
your
on your
pod.
pod? I don't remember.
It's your pod, but like, you know how in Replicant where you're reeling it in, you have to move the stick?
Yeah, you have to like go against the grain of like where
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
stuff.
in Replicant, or in Automata, you just kind of sit there and wait for it to go under, and you press A or X.
Right.
Might be circle, I don't remember. One of the buttons.
The fishing review of Nier Automata. This is the review no one asked for, but they always wanted.
Yeah, so I mean, I know probably 99% of the people that played the game hate the fishing, but I just think it's a little more involved in Replicant.
Yeah.
In Automata, it's kind of literally just busy work.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I guess.
I mean,
if you find the fishing minigame fun, that is.
Yeah,
like,
if you even do it.
Right.
Because I don't imagine it's required. I hope not. But
in Automata, I had to do it. There was something that I had to do it for, but it was never like a grind.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not awful. It's just kind of like it seems the rates at which fish bite the pod or whatever is very slow compared to Replicant. And there's the fact that you're just only pressing one button, so it's easy to just like get bored.
Yeah, I mean, at least you get to see Doesn't like 2B sit down or something, or
Yeah.
make like a makeshift like chair or something
Yeah, it's
out of
like a
nothing.
holographic chair looking thing.
Yeah. At least, I mean, that's a sight. At least
Yeah, I mean
to look at
it's
that.
not terrible. It's not bad. It's just not as good as Replicant.
Right. I can see that. Then again, I just don't remember much of it,
And
but I
I
can see
don't
that.
know if there's like the plant, the flower aspect.
No,
Flower
that's not.
growing.
That
Okay.
is not in Automata.
Yeah, I mean that was so. That's so weird. It's like
Yeah, it
ingrained into
was.
my mind.
Yeah, it is weirdly. It just seems so out of place in here. But for you, when you think of that game, you probably like that's just what in
I think
like
of
part of
that, and there's a weird association I have with near replicant flower growing crossbreeding in the Clash's self-titled album. I was listening to that
for you
so
listening to
much,
it at the same time.
and
Yeah,
every
I
time
was
I hear one or think of one, I immediately think of the other, and it's a good way. It's like
right. You
it's not
tie it
bad.
together.
Maybe that's why I like the flower, the the
Yeah,
growing.
it's got a good like mental connotation for you. Something
Yeah,
good with that. Yeah, that I never got in deep into that, but it's
yeah,
just yeah,
it's
it's
probably
there.
not
Just the
worth
fact that
it.
it's there.
I mean, if you just like existing in the world and want to pad out the game, then maybe it's worth it.
Yeah,
But even then, and I was also
there.
cheesing the time clock, so
Right. Yeah, you even had like the upper hand with it. Like you even were like
yeah. At least
you
PS4
were
you can do the
hacking.
same thing as well.
Yeah.
Once I get to that,
I'm trying to think if there's anything in Automata that's like a really heavy, like weirdly
BS.
unnecessary grind. Yeah, basically, yeah, bullshit meter. Uh, none come to mind. I don't think.
Yeah, I mean it's a lot. Um, it's a lot more focused than Replicant, at least in my
Yeah,
eyes.
yeah,
It
you can
seems
tell
like
that the dev team like probably knows a little bit more, or has at least like, more experience in like
yeah,
making a cohesive game rather than like some like parts here and parts there. Like you know,
yeah, but that's kind of part of what I loved about Replicant. How like most of the stuff didn't work, shouldn't even be in the game, but it's just there and it
yeah,
exists alongside
yeah,
with
yeah,
this
it's weird.
awesome story, characters and
Yeah,
stuff.
we haven't even brought up. I mean, when people think of Nier, you know, people don't
The
think of
music,
well, unless they're real fans, they don't think of
they
the
didn't.
game. Yeah, the music.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's just kind of like what can you say? It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There's
Like
no
who talks about the replicant fishing versus automata fishing? That's the
true,
kind of
true.
topics
Yeah,
we're interested here.
that's what we want to hear. Because no one else talks about it. We
Or
could talk about Two
yeah,
Piece Bug all day, but at the end of the day, everyone's already talked about it.
yeah. It's like the music. You know the music's good, even if you haven't played the game. You know it's good.
Best track though, we got to have a best track. I think in
I don't
here,
know any of the names from Automata, so I actually don't know
right?
the
And
names of any of them. So I
you
just have
haven't
to
even heard
describe
a
them.
lot of you haven't even heard a lot of the like better tracks in my opinion. You got
Yeah,
a lot to do, a lot of game ahead of you.
yeah. I
In
mean,
your,
hmm?
go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say in Near Replicant, my favorite song, or like kind of a hard choice. I mean, everyone loves "Song of the Ancients," "The Devil and Popola." I mean, they play that over and over, but
Is
like
that the
it's
one that
still,
plays when you're like near them in the village?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
It
yeah,
kind of cuts from like the if you get close to them, the lyrics come in, but if you go away, then it's
yeah,
just like the
yeah.
ambient track.
It's
And it also my favorite version of that song is the one that plays when you fight them at the end when
one of
it's
the
like
spoilers
vocal.
for the people.
Oh, sorry. I mean, I assume
Yeah,
we've been
yeah.
talking about Near for a
If
while.
you're in here,
Okay.
if you're 45 minutes into the podcast, talk about near for a good chunk of it. I probably played it.
uh, Yeah,
But,
you probably should know. I won't spoil any more.
I'll
since
just
I
put a
put it
disclaimer
back.
in the description.
Right, near spoilers. Not for Automata. I won't spoil that since you haven't even finished it. So. But yeah, when you fight Devil and Popola at the top of the tower, and like Popola's dancing, like on the stage, and you're fighting Devila. Like,
I never even came across that since I was always like massively overpowered for the fight, so I would two-shot whichever one you fight.
Yeah, I think it's Devila you fight first. I don't remember, and then Popola. Has
that fight only took like one. Yeah.
Yeah. You killed my sister, and you expect me to stop? I don't know what to stop.
Yeah, that, and of course that like giant boar fight, shadow boar thing.
Oh yeah. That whole the last. I don't. How long does that part of the game take? Like your first time you do it, whenever you like climb the tower.
I don't know.
It's hard to tell. I couldn't imagine like stopping in the middle of that part. Like that one part, like that just seems such like a cohesive, like perfect part of that game.
Yeah, I got the RPCS3 crashed on me twice during that moment, so I had to play through it 2 more times.
Jeez, when you were climbing the tower, or once you got like to the main.
When you get to the giant shadow boar fight.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's like after, I think you go into like the ballroom after you fight Devil and Popola.
And the ballroom takes forever because they all have to turn, It's not very fun when you do it like over 5 times.
Yeah, no. Yeah, once the boar comes into play, it's kind of all an uphill moment where it's like, oh, dude.
Yeah, it's not bad whenever it doesn't crash, but when it crashed, it just kind of like deflated.
Yeah, that would piss me off. Yeah, that's probably the worst time in that whole game to crash would be in that.
Honestly, that was the only crashes I had. And when the game turns into like the isometric style, like underneath the mansion. Resident Evil.
Resident Evil mansion.
Yeah, that was only 2 times I had crashes, or 3 or whatever. But yeah. And how do we even get to that? We were talking about a favorite track. Or you were talking about your favorite track.
Yeah, I was gonna say that version of Song of the Ancients that plays in the fight, but it's just so hard. Like you could ask me, hey, I don't know what.
Yeah, I mean, there's no bad tracks. It's not like Drakengard where you get the grating noise every time you start a mission, and I can still hear.
I hear the violin. It's like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's my favorite would have to be Facade.
Oh yeah, Facade.
Facade's theme, and I guess the desert area around that. Probably my favorites.
I like the. I forget the name of the area. Like, is it like the Northern Plains or something? It's between your main village and. I can just like hear, because you're in that area pretty often.
Yeah.
Or like a lot of the game.
Yeah, that's like a very like a key moment in the game. Like you step out on the Northern Plains for the first time, and the music just comes in. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Did you know? And a little Easter egg, fun near trivia moment for the crowd.
Cards out.
Yeah, everyone. Fun fact is when you play as young Nier, it's the beginning of the game, and you go out into the Northern Plains for the first time. I forget. Don't you like have to kill sheep or something? Like that's the first mission. And on your way back to like come back into the village, there's like a young shade that's like around the pathway to go back to the village. I think that's the first time you see a shade. And that shade actually won't attack you. It's not programmed with any kind of attack.
Do you have to kill it to go
back? I don't know. I think you do. Yeah, but it's just so obvious from a game. Like you see this enemy, like your cursor hits on it, like you need to defeat this. It looks like it's gonna kill you. I don't know what. I don't know if you can or not. But the trivia, that's trivia in itself. But after you kill that shade, I think maybe 2 missions later or something, there's talk from everyone about shades attacking the bridge between that chunk of the Northern Plains and to like where Kaine lives in the area. And there's like a little gap.
Yeah.
Well, they're like adult shades, so in the lore, the adult shade, the only reason the adult shades like ever attacked that bridge was because he killed their kid.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
And then that one kill that you did kind of like spirals out
Yeah.
into
Like a butterfly and stuff.
yeah.
And I guess
It
the
doesn't-
game sort of sets up that idea by like you playing through the tutorial and you're playing as like what looks like to be near just killing shades, so I guess that's the sort of trick that plays on the player.
Yeah, that whole opening scene, I forget about that actually, where you like play as Gestalt near, or like
Yeah.
the real person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it's like 2,300 years later or something.
Yeah, I think it's
Like,
3040 or I don't know. Yeah.
yeah, something that's just like, what the fuck? Why? Like,
Yeah,
what
just
is that
some
even?
arbitrary thing, pretty much. Especially to like a new player who's just playing it. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
who cares?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, when I played for the first time, I knew nothing about this game at all, other than that the music was decent. And I had heard like one track from it and was like, yeah, I'm into it. And I played Automat, so I had some semblance. But yeah, I was surprised throughout the whole game with the story. I never really felt like there were like unnecessary twists or like unnecessary characters.
Yeah.
Kind of felt, it all felt good. Which is rare for me. I'm usually like always like, oh dude, this is like bullshit. What point this is. A hard man to get hard. For all the ladies out there watching. Yeah, can't we check our demographics on the video and see just how many ladies watch our videos?
I'm not
18
100%
plus.
sure how to do that. I can try.
Jiggy, we will, ladies, we will. Alright.
Analytics.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I think so.
Let's
Like
see.
an age and stuff, I think.
Retention not available.
Yeah, people click on it and click out.
Average view retention 2 minutes. That's very good for.
That was probably the one time Joe watched it.
Yeah, that's very good for people that are 53 minutes into this.
Yeah. If you're here right now, congratulations. You probably, I'll kiss you if I could right now, whoever you are.
Yeah, it doesn't give me the breakdown of gender.
Shit.
YouTube's not sexist, I guess.
There is, I know there's an age one, but we may just like not have enough
Yeah, just not enough data.
watching.
That's what I'd assume.
It's gonna when we get enough data, it's gonna be like 90%.
Oh wait, audience,
50,
right here.
50 plus.
Yeah, it doesn't say. Not enough demographic data to show this report.
I'll bet money our audience is 50-plus-year-old men and women.
Yeah, that would. That
55 and up. Playing this at the retirement home over the speakers.
I'd be honored.
Dude, that would be the ultimate
All
honor.
the old people love the near replicant.
Yeah,
Gestalt.
yeah, they do. They do. They love their near replicant remake. That's their biggest. They're all into it.
Yeah, they're all into the old fisherman.
Yeah, well, they don't play. I hope they don't play to the end of that quest. They don't need to know what
Yeah.
happened. Imagine being old and that's the last quest you ever play in a game. Like that's like the day before you die. You play that.
Catch the fucking 3-ton sand monster fish thing.
Yeah. Yeah, about 3 million pounds on your back. Pick it up.
Yeah.
Gotta search that up. How much that weight? It's just so ridiculous. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, you'd think it just like snapped the line.
Let's see. Fisherman Quest. The Fisherman's Final Gambit.
Yeah, Fisherman's
Hyneria.
Gambit.
The Hyneria. Dude, it doesn't freaking say. It just gives me like where it is. And...
Does it like have the name of it and you like click on it?
Yeah, it's on the Near Wiki, but
It just doesn't have that category, like the typical weight.
yeah, it doesn't give me the weight. It just oh, maybe I can watch a video. A video will have it.
Yeah.
Okay, where? Because doesn't it like come up on a splash screen when you get it?
Yeah. And you reel it in.
You landed a Hyneria. It is weight 3,159 pounds. The high score, though, the biggest one they got was 3,819 pounds.
Just casual.
Yeah,
I think
some
you have to
normal
be older near to get that. But,
Yeah, that's it labels it as an Act 2 quest.
Oh, yeah. Be
Part
pretty epic
6.
to see the little boy
Yeah.
reel it in.
Part 6, 7, 8, and the final gambit are all
Little
in Act 2.
Raiden.
Oh, have I already told you the little lore fact about Young Year being like a prostitute? That's like
why
in
he
the lore.
wears his hair in with the whatever it is.
The way he wears his hair.
Yeah, like why Young Near wears it the way he does or something.
I think it has
Is
something
that tied
to do.
to someone else?
That might be part of it. I don't know. I just know that in the Grimoire Nier book, I just read that he sold his bodies for Yona's medicine. That's like all I know. But that could be. I'm like, well, that's something people probably. I don't know how people would take that if that was in the game.
Yeah, it's probably best that's not in there.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, come on.
Yeah, that might be a little too much. Even for me, I'd be like, okay, bro. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, just reading it like as a fact is kind of interesting. Like if you after you play.
Yeah.
Well, what's our time at?
We're at about 58.
58, dude. We gotta hit 1 hour.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically turned into a Nier cast.
Yeah, we got a Nier cast. It's pretty fitting for episode 1. We get the Nier stuff out of the way.
Yeah, I mean, it's fresh.
It's relevant right now.
It's fresh for me, especially.
Right. It's relevant to me. It's relevant to since Nier ripped their 1.224.
It's into the Auteur aspect. Taro.
Right, true.
And programming every aspect of Drakengard. Why almost none of it works.
Yeah. You have Yoko Taro to blame for Drakengard's terribleness and Nier's amazingness at the same time.
Yeah, and like Drakengard is so conflicting. It's just like I want to love it, and it's almost good, but it's not.
Yeah, that seems to be just about everyone's.
It's kind of like the David Lynch's Dune of video games.
Yeah, kind of. I can see that.
Because I mean, I imagine it probably didn't get a huge budget. Probably didn't get a lot of attention from Square Enix, or whoever developed it.
I think they had one of the smallest budgets of any team that Square Enix funded. There's a lot of stories about it, and even to this day, Yoko Taro will make fun of that game, and even also the original Nier as well. He'll be like, "Yeah, well, thank God I have other people to make games for me because Nier and Drakengard are like the worst games ever made."
Yeah, I mean, you're your own worst critic kind of thing.
Yeah, he's just very self-aware about it, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean,
I would
It has
I
so
would
much
not say
potential.
Dragon Guard is a bad game though. Too. Either.
It's
kinda
not a
hard.
terrible game. It just could have been like an all-time great
Right.
in my eyes.
That's a remake. That could be a remake worth
It
picking up. And
so needs one. I
and
think
adding like actual, maybe even like more stuff to the story, more insanity.
I don't even know if that's possible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what
It's
they would
like
do, but
so crazy, but in a good way.
yeah,
And the
that
ending
probably
is so
the
epic.
craziest game I've ever played in my life.
Yeah, it's the craziest game I've ever beat 4 out of the 5 endings for.
Yeah. You start actually going insane a little bit with the game. You're like, dude,
Yeah,
it starts to get like a little bit like.
I can only imagine getting
Draining,
ending
like,
5 or E or whatever.
Imagine getting ending 5, like not knowing what the ending was, and like already feel like you're going fucking crazy from doing it, and then you watch an ending as batshit fucking crazy as the ending you get. It would be like reinforcing your like insane like your insane feelings.
Yeah, it's so epic.
Not expecting that ending was I couldn't imagine like seeing that.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought it would be a good idea to have so many freaking weapons in the game and like you have to get them. Because the other endings are not that hard to get. In fact, like
Yeah,
if you
they're
get one of
kind
them,
of done like
you can get all of them easily.
right. It's the first 4 endings are done kind of in a similar way that Nier does it, but that game is that Dragon Guard's a lot more mission based, right? Or like kind of
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it's like only
time.
missions.
and then it'll like branch out depending on like what ending you are up to.
Yeah, yeah. I think given a modern sort of a design to it, it could really get the attention that it deserves.
Don't you start usually every like repeat playthrough at the dragon fight versus Furier's like fiance or whatever?
That's like 2 of them, I think.
I just remember hearing people. He always says "die, die, die" over and over again in one part.
Yeah, that fight really didn't take a whole lot of time, or at least when I was doing it. I was also playing on the easiest difficulty because it, like...
Yeah, there's no reason to play that game on a hard mode.
Yeah, it's just like, do you want to do 500 combos in a row, or do you want to do like 300?
Right, it's not
different.
it doesn't make it more fun or more challenging to do that.
Yeah.
I guess more challenging in the like annoying sense.
I will say the aerial missions I didn't hate. It was really all just the ground combat that sucked.
Yeah, those are at least like more fun to play, but even then, like,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I told you this before, but her controls, they feel like Mario 64 wing cap controls, where it's like all like momentum based. A lot of it is.
Yeah.
You can still, I think you can dash to like get her speed up.
Yeah,
But
you
a lot
can
of it's like
dash
you're
and you
slowing.
can roll side dash.
There's just
kind
like
of
this
thing.
weird mechanic in it where like you slow down, like, and you start to dip. I remember like if you don't like continuously dash, that just I don't know. I wasn't gonna do that.
Yeah.
It was more fun than the ground combat.
Yeah, it's far from perfect, but like I felt all the aerial bosses were pretty fun.
Yeah, those are cool, especially the
Like the giant baby, isn't that one of them?
yeah. There's the giant babies, and then who is the main, like the little girl that like gets giant?
Yeah, I know. I forgot.
She's like the ending of the second. Is it the first ending you fight her, or the second ending? I think she's the last boss of one of. The red. She wears like the
I
red.
think it's the first ending. Could be wrong though.
She sounds like this, like
Yeah,
very.
you see her. You see her like kill Kime's sister a lot. I remember that getting repeated. I guess I'll just look up.
There's a scene where she's like dancing in a circle around, I think, where Furie is dying, and she's like ha 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 ha, like laughing over and over again.
Name's
hard
Mana.
to take seriously. Yeah, Mana. And her brother is
Yeah.
the other
The other
main
party
little boy.
member you get.
the only one who's not like clinically insane.
Sierra.
Yeah, Sarah or
Sarah
something.
is his name. Yeah.
And then Albert, what is his name? The pedophile in your group.
Yeah, I don't remember those two. The baby eater cannibal version, and yeah.
Yeah, that will never be in a game ever again, I don't think. Maybe for the better, but also kind of
It's not
sad,
even in the US version, right?
It's the pedophile part is basically not. There's like you can kind of read between the lines and get the vibe, but for the most part, the pedophile stuff's out. The baby eating is pretty much
that is very in the game.
It's kind of hard to take out.
Like it's literally in
just
the
like her
game.
whole character.
Like whenever you fight the giant babies.
Right, and then she gets eaten by them. It's kind of epic.
Yeah. Sarah like does his like freeze time thing. Kind of epic.
Yeah. He like jumps off of.
I think that's ending 4.
Yeah. That's he like does like backflips in the air and then like perfectly lands on this like impregnated alien stomach or something, and then like curls up into a ball and goes to sleep or something. Like it resets.
Yeah, it just freezes time forever.
Yeah.
Kind of epic.
Yeah, true. I mean, that's about as happy as you can get in that universe where you can just not have it exist, basically.
Yeah, I mean the first ending is like a quote happy ending.
Right.
And then I think it goes from there. It's like you think that's the real ending, you just wait.
Yeah.
And the others are like all crazy. To varying degrees.
Where are we at? Where are we at in our time?
We're at an hour 7.
You know, I think we've had a good ep. I think we call it if you want to.
Yeah, I mean went through the Taro retrospective pretty much.
Right. Yeah.
Aside from Vanguard 3, which I'm not quite sure how I'll play that one.
Right, and maybe that'll be a game you play in your retirement home. That'll be like the last game.
Yeah.
Couldn't imagine that being my final game ever. But it might be fitting for that exact reason.
Yeah, it's very sad. I imagine it's just my CPU can't handle it or something. Because every other RPCS3 game I've tried has been perfect. I can run in 4K.
Yeah, that is so weird because I might need to like boot it up again and see if maybe an update to RPCS3 might mess with that game. But when I played, it was like flawless, 60 frames per second.
I hear it's a very CPU intensive game, and don't you like what kind of CPU do you have?
I have an AMD. They're Ryzen. I can look and see like
The Ryzen.
Yeah, maybe. Very easy way to do this.
Hey, you know how many like threads it has or anything?
No, I actually don't. Oh, it says I have an AMD Ryzen 5 3500 6-core processor.
Okay, are those like the 6-core 12-thread ones?
I really don't know. I've kind of been out of the loop with processors.
Yeah, either way, my i5 Skylake i5 only has 4 real cores and threads, so it's not good for that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I wonder if because I had a 6700K in my old computer that I built in 2016. I wonder if that would be better than this chip, or if it probably just would equal out.
Yeah, that's the PC you bought, right? The Biden PC.
Yeah, this is my Joe Biden PC.
Yeah,
LPC
sponsored by Joe Biden.
I sold all the parts though for that computer and got pretty much what I paid for this computer. Like it was a free PC. Yeah, and it was an upgrade. The graphics card's better. CPUs, probably isn't better, but it can't be that much worse.
Yeah.
I mean, holding up.
I could always play on OG hardware, but Dragon Guard 3 gets like 10 frames.
Yeah, and also I think it's expensive too. But oh well. I mean, you don't gotta buy it, but we're not promoting any kind of piracy, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't do that.
Definitely not.
You wouldn't.
I paid $300 for Drakengard to play it. Except
You wouldn't
not.
download a car.
Yeah, you wouldn't download. Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
I think that
You can
really
work-
concludes the Taro saga.
True. Yeah.
And,
We may be updated, but as far as I know, we covered it.
yeah, next episode we'll. I don't know what we'll.
We
talk
kept
about.
to our Auteur theme for the most part. I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
near
we just
an Auteur-ish game.
used Taro as a counterexample to disprove the theory.
Right. That's true. That's right.
'Cause, I mean, one guy, varying degrees of quality.
That's right. I heard he passed away yesterday. No, I'm just kidding. And on a really tragic note.
Yeah. You have to get some.
At the end of Nier Automata,
Yeah, Taro just dies
yeah,
in
he's
real
the
life.
final
That's
boss.
the ending.
Yeah.
To the game.
Yeah, you get the choice at the end of the game. It's like, do you want to unplug his life?
Yeah.
Thing?
He's
in the
actually a
hospital.
machine. That's why he wears that mask. That
Yeah,
mill.
he's not real. He's a cyborg.
Yeah.
He's a meal, actually.
Yeah.
In the lore. Alright, do we have an outro? Do we need to say something? Like,
Alright, this has been the quest cast, the quest for the fucking something.
cast who's on a quest?
Yeah,
or
the quest that's, the
quest
cast
that
has
will be
been
cast.
and the quest, yeah.
And the quests
I don't know.
on your chest.
Yeah, that's good enough for me.
Alright, Vamonos.